Welcome back to Chaco Cinema, where every Monday we take a deep dive into movies that left their mark on cinema. And today we're talking about a film that feels more relevant now than ever before, a movie about AI, about technology becoming part of our everyday lives, and one detective who refuses to trust the future. This is I, Robot. So as you can probably tell, this month is diving into robotic and some AI type films. So comment down below before we start the video and let me know what movies you would like me to cover through the month of July.
Oh, hell no.
Way back in 2004, I, Robot felt like pure sci-fi. Robots were serving humanity, AI managing our lives, and machines were becoming smarter every day, but now some of those ideas don't seem so impossible anymore. And that is exactly why this movie has aged so well. Like I said, this film was released in 2004 and it was directed by Alex Proyas. I, Robot was loosely inspired by the works of legendary sci-fi author Isaac Asimov, and instead of adapting one specific story, the film created its own mystery within his world of robotics and artificial intelligence. At the center of it all is Will Smith delivering one of the most underrated performances of his entire career. The movie takes place in the year 2035, pretty close to that. Robots have become a normal part of society. They cook and clean and help with everyday life, and most people actually trust them completely. Actually, I don't believe anybody distrusts them except for Will Smith, except of course, like I said, his detective character Dale Spooner. Spooner hates robots, he doesn't trust them, and after a brilliant scientist is found dead, Spooner becomes convinced that a robot may somehow be responsible, but the only problem is that shouldn't be possible, because every robot is bound by the famous 3 laws of robotics, and those laws are supposed to protect humanity. Will Smith is very fantastic in this movie, like I already said. Dale Spooner as a character is very funny and stubborn, but beneath all of that is someone carrying deep emotional trauma. His distrust of robots don't come from nowhere. It comes from pain and even from guilt, and that experience that changed his life. That emotional layer gives the character some real depth here, and he's not really just going to fight robots here. He's fighting with his own fears.
What in God's name are you doing?
Did you know that was safety glass? Be pretty difficult for an old man to throw himself through that, don't you think?
One of the things that makes iRobot work so well is that it's not just a sci-fi movie, it's a detective story, it's a mystery, a movie that slowly pulls you deeper into its world, asking questions about technology and morality. Can a machine make choices? Can AI evolve? And what happens if a system designed to protect us decides it knows what's best for humanity? It's a little scary. Those questions feel even more relevant today, like I said, than it did 20 years ago. Then there's Sonny, the robot at the center of the mystery, and honestly, I love Sonny as a character. He's one of the most interesting characters in this film because Sonny doesn't behave like the other robots. He actually has dreams, and he actually starts to have feeling, and he questions things, and throughout the film, he explores one of the biggest ideas of what truly makes someone alive. Is it emotion, choice, or free will? Or is it something else entirely? At its core, iRobot is about fear of change, even technology, and really and truly a fear of giving too much control to systems that we don't fully understand. And the movie doesn't argue that technology is evil. It argues that even good intentions can become dangerous when control replaces freedom. It's a message that feels incredibly timely, especially once again today. For a movie released in 2004, the visuals actually still hold up surprisingly well. Last time I really watched this film was last year until recently, and even then, within a year gap, I think the action scenes are still exciting. The highway chase alone remains one of the film's best sequences. I think the movie manages big spectacle with interesting ideas, and that's not easy to do as we currently see in today's world. Now, when iRobot released, it was a box office success. Some fans of Isaac's work felt it took too many liberties with the source material. Others embraced it as its own thing. And over time, I feel like the movie has only grown in appreciation instead of dislike, especially now as conversations about artificial intelligence become part of everyday life. In many ways, iRobot feels like it was ahead of its time. Now, personally, I feel like iRobot is not just an action movie. I think it's a sci-fi thriller that has real ideas on its mind. A film that asks difficult questions about trust and technology and what it means to be human, and nearly 20 years later, those questions are more relevant than ever. That wraps up this week's Chaco Cinema. If you enjoyed this deep dive into iRobot, be sure to like the video, subscribe for more weekly movie discussions, and let me know down below in the comments, do you trust AI? Until next time, this is Mr. Chocolate signing off. Thank you so much for watching, and I want to thank my Patreon boosters real quick for supporting the channel and doing all that you do. And that's something that you're interested in, links will be below, down in the description below. You'll get extra content videos and stuff like that. And thank you guys for watching once again, and catch you guys on the next one.